Hey guys, this is the 10 penny puzzle. Patience, solid spatial reasoning, and dimensional thinking are required for this one. It's always the simplest concepts that lead to the trickiest solutions, but let me show you how this works. So there's a trick to this one, and I'll explain in a little bit, but the goal here is to limit the amount of open space inside this square so that we can fit in this extra penny. So what we're going to do first is move the middle row over to the right, move the bottom row over to the left. We can see that it still doesn't quite fit in there. But let's not forget the real skill here isn't solving it fast, it's staying curious even when it doesn't make sense. So let's remove the uniformity and make things a little more all over the place, I guess you could say. It's probably a better word for that, but that'll work for now. So let's go ahead and make things, if we can, a little looser. There we go, you can see things are getting a little looser there. Let's see what we got here. Keep rotating. Should be able to rotate it here. There we go. That's a little better. So now we can get it where it's 3 on the top, 2, 2, and then we have 2 on the bottom. And does that fit? Not quite. So we're on the right, heading the right direction, I guess. So we got to remember that we have to make better use of the diagonal space. So even though this one doesn't work, if we just move it around a little bit more, we should be able to make all the space a little more confined. Let's see, let's keep moving. There we go. So what we're trying to do is, instead of making it like a square, we're trying to make it kind of like a spiral. And I'll explain in a second here, but it still doesn't fit. So there's one more little change that we have to make, and this thing should fit in that little space, and it does. So instead of being like a square and uniform, it goes around in a spiral. And the analogy here would be a square with molecules equidistant apart, aka pennies equidistant apart, is like ice, and ice takes up more space than water, and water, the molecules are kind of all over the place. So that's the lesson of the day. Anyways, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.